Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you are all having a wonderful night so far. Just wanted to talk about stuff randomly. Yeah, so I ended up getting this character. Got pretty lucky, actually. I think I got it on my third pull, and it was only like single pulls. I wasn't doing anything like 10 pulls at a time. So let me see right here. One, two, three, four. Okay, my fourth one. It's my fourth pull, and I ended up getting him. So that's pretty cool. I guess I didn't end up getting Child or Diluc in the previous banners. I wasn't really rolling that much either, but whenever I had the chance to spin Primo Gems to be able to get wishes, then I would do so. If I had the means, and I would use this to also buy some of these and just do single pulls if I wasn't able to do tens, which is kind of what I do, right? Like, I'm just having a good time relaxing, playing the game, right? So this is not necessarily going to be gameplay, right? But anyways, I guess I'm just going to get into the conversation. So there's a little bit or a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to go over every single thing on this video. So I guess I'll get started on kind of the basics of what I wanted to talk about. Now, this game's been out for a couple of months. There's been a lot of characters that have been implemented into the game. There's been a lot of content. I mean, I guess you could say there's been a lot of content. You could say that there hasn't been a lot of content or enough content for the people who started playing the game since the very beginning, like myself, because everything that they've added could pretty much be finished in less than 45 minutes, but 45 minutes top if you kind of struggled with some like certain levels and all that. But at the end of the day, it's not like super long content that has been added. Mainly what has been added are characters and items and stuff like that. And I mean, that's basically it, right? And I'm not complaining, really. Like, I'm kind of happy. Like, I just get on. Like, it's not like I have to grind the game completely. I mean, I know a lot of people say it's grinding to level up the characters and all this, but I've been literally just playing a couple of hours a day, and that's about it. And then I like get off the game and go to another game and just move on with my life, right? Like, I definitely get on to do the daily quest, collect a little bit of stuff. I hardly mine materials. I let my characters do the mining whenever I leave them alone to go farm or whatever. And I think that's like basically all I need. I mean, there might come a point, like I'm only AR 46. There might come a point where I actually need some other stuff to level up my characters to 90 or something. But I'm not even at that AR where I can even level them up yet. So I'm pretty far away, I would say, if I'm just playing an hour or 2 hours a day, just doing my quest and kind of farming chests every now and then. If I see them, if I happen to run by them, sometimes I do certain challenges. And just like that chest that I just grabbed right now, I just happened to see it. I didn't know it was there. I just happened to be flying that way. So it's pretty much what I've just been doing on this game after I complete every quest and every story that's at least available for us. And even, I wonder if I did the events. Let me actually check that. Okay, so I only did this one and this one because I wanted to try the characters. I might as well do these, get some free items on that. Things that I may not need, but doesn't hurt to have if it's free. So I want to get to the topic about basically buying like banners or putting money into the game. Like, the amount of money that I spent on this game has only been, I'd want to say the most $40. I don't think I've spent more than 40, and I don't plan on spending anymore at all. And the reason that I spent those 40 in the first place was because I kind of just wanted to support the game in some type of way, even though I know a lot of big content creators, a lot of streamers are going to be putting a lot of money into the game, even if they're not going to be playing it consistently. But a lot of them have done this since the very beginning of the game's life cycle. And they're obviously financially like able to do this because there's different ways that they can do this, right? They may be able to write certain things off in their tax. They may double their money back from the content that they make from YouTube videos or from like live streaming it, people donating and all this stuff. Like there's a variety of reasons that it may be beneficial for content creators. I mean, even some content creators got sponsored to, play the game, and who knows how much money they ended up getting or how those sponsorships work. Maybe they gave them free Primo gems, right? To be able to roll some characters and all this stuff, to be excited for people to be able to do the same thing. But for the average person, I guess, like I will say myself, I don't make that much. And yeah, like I said, I wanted to support the game, so I ended up spending about $30, $40 at most. And I don't plan on spending anymore because I don't have the means to do so, can't afford to do so. And realistically speaking, I don't think there's even content out there that requires you to have like level 5. I don't have any 5-star weapons, but I don't think there's content to where it requires you to have a 5-star weapon, to have a 5-star character. I think I've seen one person beat the Spiral Abyss with free-to-play characters, I think. And there's a couple of other streamers that are going for like completely free-to-play, that are free-to-play, but are in the process of beating the Spiral Abyss. So I want to say that it's possible. And if you can do that, I think that's one of the hardest things in the game. I mean, because all the other bosses and everything, I don't think they're that difficult. But then again, like I have 5-star characters, and I main one of the 5-star characters, or maybe two, I think. Jean is one of them, and Kachin is one of them. I think she's a 5-star. So I main those two. I recently got, I forgot his name, the new character that just came out, the one that I just showed up at the beginning. I ended up getting lucky, and I got him. So I'm gonna see how good he is, if he's good, if I can get some good damage and have him as a Geo. I don't know who he would replace in my party, because like I still want Jean. Jean is gonna be a permanent spot in my party. I don't know who else I want in my actual party. So like I have water because it works with the Electro character, not necessarily because I want the water character in the party. But I also like this character. This character that I'm using right now is in my party. Like I want a fire character at all times. And so I don't know who to give up in my party to be part of the main, right? If I obviously get another better fire character, I don't know if I like this character or the 4. I think she's 4-star, as well as the new character's 4-star, the new fire girl. But I like that she's a Claymore user, so I kind of want her. But we'll see. I don't know, like in terms of who's actually better. So yeah, but yeah, the struggles of trying to figure out who's going to be in my party. I don't really know what to say. I don't know who. That's a pretty long fall, and it's just going to spawn back here. Oh, there it goes. So I don't know who I want as my main party. The only thing I do know is some of the characters that I have, I enjoy them. I don't use Mona. Mona's a 5-star. I don't really like I like characters who are up close and personal with your space and are like, doing melee damage instead of like throwing stuff. Like that's why I like all the characters that I'm using right now, they're swords. And the reason I use them is because I just like that close quarter combat. That I don't use any bow characters. I don't use any like magic or whatever, like the ones with the books, mages. I don't use any of them because it's not that I don't like them, but I kind of enjoy fighting in close range instead of like shooting from far or from medium range. And I know Mona's pretty good for a lot of like damage up and boost as a support and all this. I just don't like the characters that I picked. I based off of 2 things: how they look and their play style. Whatever I feel like it's going to be the most enjoyable for myself, that's kind of how I pick my main party. But sometimes you do need certain characters to do certain things. Like for instance, sometimes you need it like a fire to open up a chest or open up a path to get in to a certain location. Sometimes you need a wind, and it's just different things depending on the kind of enemies that you're fighting, especially in the Spiral Abyss. But when it comes to like the actual roaming around the map, I think Jean can pretty much handle everybody that I've encountered. There might have been a few that I struggled with, but at the end of the day, it's like she can kind of handle most of them. And I really love Jean, so she's pretty good. But obviously you would do more damage if you use pyro against certain characters and fire against certain characters. Like it makes sense. So these are the 5-star characters. Obviously, the beginner that you start with, and then you have these three, well, these four. So these are my four. I got in all of these just by playing for free, using the Primo gems, thinking the RNG gods, whatever it may be, the RNG luck. Some of these I got on my first roll, which is very lucky. I'm pretty sure this was a pity pull. I'm not sure because I was rolling for Chow every time that I got the chance and I never got him. So maybe, I don't know if it like continues from the previous banners, or if it doesn't, then I just got pretty lucky for rolling him the first time. So, well, the fourth time technically. So yeah, I don't know how all that works. I just roll. If I have Primo gems, I roll. I don't really care. If I don't have anybody that I want, then I don't roll and I save for the next upcoming banner because, there's certain characters that I may want. So yeah, that's how kind of I pick like who I want to play with or who I want to play as. Now, speaking of the whole rolling thing or spending money on this game, I want you to realize that, like I said, there's not enough, at least there's not content based around pay to win. It's obviously, you can do most, if not everything, with free to play characters. And I think I need to send him. So what I noticed is a lot of people have been saying, well, two things, right? Like I've heard criticism about this game simply because it's a gacha game. And a lot of people already in the back of their minds think that that's just a toxic type of game. It's kind of like loot crates in a sense, or loot boxes, to where you just buy things and, it's just all RNG, right? Like you spend real life money on it and to get an in-game item, and you take advantage of people's like addictions whenever they're struggling with like gambling issues or stuff like this. And it's a hard topic. It's a complicated topic to actually get into, because there might be, yes, you can't deny that there will be a few people who do have like these types of issues that have no kind of control because they've been in this situation before, whether it be at gambling like IRL in Vegas or these type of sites that allow gambling and all that. Like there's no denying that there's going to be people like that. And I'm not going to say like, yeah, no one's forcing them, but it's kind of hard like to put yourself out of that perspective whenever like it's sort of being shoved in your face and advertised as fun and all this, right? Like you're seeing a lot of content creators have fun with it. You're seeing a lot of like people promote it and being like, oh my God, look, like just having a good time doing it. Like money isn't an issue, which to the average person like myself, money is an issue, right? I can't just, but I mean, I have the self-control. I've never been like an addict to any of that type of stuff, but that's not denying the fact that a lot of people do struggle with trying to maintain self-control when it comes to these sorts of things. I don't think necessarily it should be like not allowed, because I mean that's how this game makes money, right? Just like Fortnite and all these other types of games, they don't necessarily have like RNG based stuff. You can buy like the battle pass, and you can also buy a battle pass in this game, and you can buy certain characters or skins, I would say, in certain characters at some point in Fortnite. So I don't know, at the end of the day, it's a hard thing to talk about. But like I said, you don't need any characters that are 5-star, especially 5. I think level 5 weapons are better than 5-star characters, personally. Not that I have any 5-star weapons, but from what I've seen, a weapon can do like way more damage than a character. A character it's just basically a new character with different abilities. And a weapon can literally output more damage depending on what kind of weapon it is, right? So I just overall think that a 5-star weapon is just better. It can go to a higher level. It takes a lot more to kind of grind it up to the same level as original, like a 1-star weapon or a 2-star. But I think to an extent like that matters more than the characters. But I don't think it matters to the point where there's any content out there to where you actually need one of these items. Like I said, I have no 5-star item, but I do have a 5-star. I have a lot of 5-star characters. I don't know how many 5 stars I have I mean, I know how many 5 stars I have, but I don't know how many 5 stars there are in total. I know I don't have, is their name Kui? The zombie person. I don't know if their name is Kui or forgot their name. I think I'm saying it wrong, but I don't have that character. I don't have Diluc. I don't have Child. I don't have. I think there's a few other ones I don't have. Maybe those are all it. So if those are all it, I'm actually doing pretty well for like just rolling for free, because I have, you know, a decent. I basically have more 5-star characters than I don't have 5-star characters, if I'm counting right. Because like I said, the only ones that I don't have is like the healer one. What's his name? Diluc, and one more. I forgot the name, but yeah. Regardless, the point is, like, I don't know how to help you not like buy into the system of like seeing everybody, I guess, gamble or spend money on this game. Like, you don't have to, and don't fall into that pit where you get sunk in feeling like you need to do this when you don't, right? You can still enjoy the game. You can still have a good time. It can still be a good time. It can still be very fun to do the quest, very fun to do the missions, very fun to level up your characters and your weapons. Like, at the end of the day, let's be realistic. I have, how many characters do I have? I have a lot of characters, and I cannot configure my party for some reason, but I have a lot of characters, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to level up every single character that I want when I'm literally struggling to level up just 4 characters that I'm main right now. So Razor 60, which is, I used to main him. I don't main him anymore after I got hurt. But I mean, level 80 Jean, level 80. Let me see who else is level 80. Level 80, level 80, level 80. So 3 characters are level 80. These are 3 of my mains. I've been using him a lot to combine with her. I don't know which characters actually I should be trying to main, but it really depends on how you use them to combine each other, to like build each other up to output more damage, or to have more defense, or to have more heals. It just depends what kind of team you want to build. And she's probably the second highest, right? She's 60. For a minute, I wanted to use her, so she's 50. A lot of these are 50 and 40s, but to level all of these up to 80 to even 90, I don't know what the highest is going to be, but I know right now, I think the highest is 90. I'm not sure. To level up every single character, to level up every single one of their talents, to level every single one of their weapons, now that is definitely a grind, which personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just like, this weapon is level 80 for Jean. This weapon is level 50. This weapon is level 70, which is still pretty hard to kind of been trying to, I need to farm this stuff, which I can do that pretty soon. I could probably do that right now. So yeah, there's just a lot of things to do for each individual character. And not only can you level up their weapons, and you can level up the characters, you can also level up each character's talents one by one. And there's just a lot to be done. And a lot of things are time restricted, to where, like, oh, there's a boss today or a domain today that only has these items on this specific day. So you have to do it today. You're not going to be able to do it tomorrow. And that kind of like, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it kind of paces you towards the game to take your time, right? You got to pick the right build of who you want to main, because you only have a limited amount of, technically you have unlimited amounts of resources. It just takes a lot of time, right? You know, if you can wait a whole year or 2 years to like max out all your characters, that's cool. But if you happen to keep getting new characters, eventually, like, there's just not enough items or enough time to where you're going to be able to max every single character, every single one of their talents, and every single weapon, unless, you know, a new update or some kind of changes come out. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe someone has leveled up all these characters like that I have. Now, how many characters is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 19 characters. So to level them all up, I think it would be pretty time consuming, and it would take a lot. Now, maybe someone has done it out there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a lot of work. And I don't know. It's possible, but like I said, you're mainly only going to use 4 characters, at most 8, simply because the Spiral Abyss is going to require a party of 2. So most likely you want to have 2 of your main DPS, right? Like, if I have 2 equivalents of Jean, I would be happy. But I feel like Jean is the only person in her own category that can do damage to basically any type of enemy without any restrictions. Obviously, if I use the wind, like, her E or her Q, sometimes there's certain enemies that don't take damage from that. But like even her normal attack is pretty good with combined with the artifacts that I have. You know, sometimes I do 1k to 3k damage, and I think that's really amazing. But she's the only character that I have that is like that. Maybe I need better weapons, maybe I need better artifacts for my other characters. But that's the thing, you get to kind of experiment with the ideas of certain artifacts to see what works best for one character, or try different weird concepts to see if it actually works out and outputs more damage in theory, instead of like just saying, like copying a book or copying like somewhere off the internet, doing like, oh, this does this much damage, which is nothing wrong with that, because like a lot of them have tested these things out and they know the best artifacts and the best equipment to use to output the most damage that the character possibly can. But at the same time, it's like not everybody has the same artifacts. Not everybody has that. If it's a 5-star weapon that's recommended, or another type of weapon that's, you know, you have to roll for, that's kind of RNG. There's a lot of guides out there that do have like the free to play weapons and what to use if you don't roll or spend money on the game, and all that stuff's understandable. It's enjoyable. Like you get it, right? But what I want to try to get you to understand is you don't need to buy or spend money on this game. Like, just have a good time, enjoy the process, enjoy the characters that you do have. I don't know, I feel like I have no doubt in my mind that you're bound to get at least one 4-star character. I don't know about a 5-star, but I feel like 4 stars are so easy and common to get that you're gonna get a good 4-star that you enjoy. Like a 4-star that I wanted that I never got was the Claymore user. She's like a girl, but her hair's like pretty badass, and her fighting style is really unique. I really like it compared to like a Razor, who seems really boring to me. And yeah, but I never ended up getting her, which I wish I did. And then this next new fire character that's in the banner as well, she's a 4-star. Now I want to get her. Hopefully I do end up getting her. Maybe I'll end up replacing her with the fire character that I currently main. And if I do, I would be very, very happy. So yeah, just be careful with all that, right? I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm not telling you do it. I'm not telling you you're a bad person if you do it, right? But it's just kind of like an insightful thing to sort of look into and kind of reflect on your own to see if it's something that you have self-control over, and make sure that it's not just taking over you or consuming you and taking control of you, because you basically don't want that, right? Like, you don't want to have to get into this pit of mess to where now you're like massively in debt because you wanted a certain character and you never got it. You never got it. Sorry for yawning. I didn't get much sleep tonight, and I didn't use my CPAP machine, which I use a CPAP and whatever, if you know what that is. But yeah, I'm a little bit tired, so I do apologize for the yawn. Let me see if I can send this. Wait, the weapon, not her. So I need a lot of... Wait, oh my God, I made the wrong one. Inspector Sacrificial Knife. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, be careful with what you're doing in the game, right? Like, don't feel you need to spend something to enjoy the game. The game is plenty enjoyable and plenty of fun, plenty of content, especially if you're starting off now. Like, there's just so much to do right now. If you're starting off fresh, it's like, to be a free-to-play new player. Then again, you did miss out on a lot of events and a lot of stuff that you probably would have had Primo Gems for. But still, like, I think everything makes up for it, and I think it's still definitely worth checking out at any point in time. Even if you got into the game massively late, I don't think there's a problem with that. So it's going to take a while to level up, see if I even have enough money to level it up. So that's kind of all I really wanted to talk about. Be safe with the game, have fun with the game. Don't take it too serious, enjoy the process of leveling up. And, if you don't feel like playing it a certain day, just don't play it. Clear your mind. If you see other people getting characters you don't have, don't worry about it either. Just kind of try to relax, and it's not all about the characters. Yeah, I get that sometimes you may want a certain character, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is, right? I wanted Dilute or Child, and I didn't end up getting any of them, and I don't think I'm ever going to have a chance to get them again. Maybe they'll bring the banners back up, but I doubt it. If they want to keep making money, right, they're going to have other characters, and if they don't bring back certain banners, it'll make people think, oh, they're never going to bring this character back, so now's the time to roll, because this is my only chance to get these characters. I don't know what made them decide that these characters are here, because she's pretty good. I mean, all of these are pretty good, I would assume. A lot of people use Mona to output a lot of DPS damage. I wish I had her, the zombie one. I don't know if it's a her or a he, but I wish I had them to basically do healing. But Jean, I think, is a perfect healer for me. Does a lot of damage and does a good amount of healing. It's like I don't really die with her. This is the other character that I really, really want. I don't like any of, I mean, I like Razor. I don't like this dude right here, but hey, it's pretty fun to use. So this person is the one that I'm currently trying to level up, trying to get stuff forward to see what the potential is of this character. I haven't really seen that many builds for him. I see the default one wherever you get the trial run with him and whenever you do his story, but he didn't really seem that strong. Whatever artifacts they were using on him, I think the Noble Abyss, but I don't know what it actually had, if it had crit rate or what it, the substats and the main stats. Definitely going to farm a little bit for him. I want to level him up to 80. It's going to take a while. I think I can probably level him up in a little bit. Well, I need to farm all this. I don't know if I have enough of these. This is easy. This one, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it today. This is not going to be as simple. I usually tend to only get one of these every time I fight the boss. If I had to fight the boss once every time just to get one, I need to fight it 3 more times. So that's going to be very difficult to do because, well, not difficult, but it's just like I'm restrained by the amount of resin that I get. So it's not like I can go do it many times over and over if I wanted to. Like I kind of have to wait. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Have fun playing the game. And yeah, peace.